Bernie Sanders was in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania today to continue his fight against a non-existent oligarchy.
Thanks to Donald Trump, we now know what oligarchy is about. We have a government of the billionaire class, by the billionaire class, and for the billionaire class. We are looking at an unprecedented attack on the foundations of American democracy, and under Trump, a movement toward authoritarianism.
Meanwhile, Sanders' partner in crime, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, hosted her own town hall in Queens, New York last night, and the crowd was ready for her.
Are maybe even super pissed off at me for any issue to come, but we have some ground rules here, which is that please wait for the Q&A.
This isn't the first time the Congresswoman has had a town hall spiral out of control.
Nobody has held you accountable. That's what's happening. And it is time for you to stand up and realize that what you've been saying has been lies.
So, sorry, sir, we're taking lines. Sir, we're taking lines. Sir, we're having people write their names on this piece of paper.
And despite the not-so-warm welcome, AOC remains a top contender for the Democrats in 2028, and that idea doesn't sit well with Vice President J.D. Vance.
On the Democratic side, do you think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, is the new leader? Could it be Vance AOC in 2028?
President AOC, the stuff of nightmares, Brett. Thank you. You've ruined my sleep for this evening.
The race to be the face of the Democratic Party is wide open. A new poll shows that Democratic leaders in Congress only have 27% approval rating. But we wanted to know who you think is running the Democratic Party right now, so we hit the streets to find out in this week's Talk of the Town.
Who do you think is the leader right now of the Democratic Party?
I don't know. I'm not sure they know.
I feel like what's running our Democratic Party is social media.
Maybe Kamala Harris, but she's pretty much disappeared.
I'd like it to be Pete Buttigieg, Hakeem Jeffries, maybe AOC. I'm ride or die for AOC.
I'd like to say that Corey guy. I think he would be great. Josh Shapiro, Tim Walz is still going around. Basically any Democrat that has balls that can do it.
Automatically, Kamala Harris still pops very frontally in my mind.
Gavin Newsom, I think, might want to jump in the fray.
Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, but then you think sort of some of the more mature heads like Bill Clinton, Obama.
Of course, Michelle. Everybody wants Michelle out there.
So, Lauren, the one thing that I couldn't help but notice is that when you have a true front runner, someone who truly is popular, they get named right off the top, one after the other. And you just had this mishmash, right? This mix-up of people. So there clearly is clearly no direction right now.
I agree with something the Democrat from Massachusetts said, Jake Auchincloss. He said, you gotta, like my yoga t-shirt, TTP, trust the process. That this will play out. We have a couple of years. You'll see everyone's cards and what they stand for, and maybe naturally somebody will be front and center. Right now, it's probably AOC. As Joe says, she does check all the boxes, but I feel like the party might want more of a centrist leader. And in that little montage from people on the street, Josh Shapiro was named once. I don't know if it's just me, but I haven't heard much about Josh Shapiro since the election.
Well, a Hamas supporter tried to murder him in his house, and that didn't get a lot of coverage.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, that's a very good point. But also, I mean, listening to all those people speak, the Democrats really have a problem here on their hands when they're trying to figure out where they're going to go and how they're going to get there and who could possibly take them there.
Yeah, and the energy's behind the Sanders and AOC crowd. There's no doubt about that. This oligarchy ranting from Bernie is so it's like by the billionaires, of the billionaires, for the billionaires. Billionaires overwhelmingly supported Democrats. Right. They are the big money in politics party and have been for a long time. They want the oligarchy. Bernie wants the oligarchy to be politicians like him controlling our lives. That's the oligarchy that he's totally for. I will say this quickly. I actually want to say something in favor of AOC. I'm glad she's holding these town hall meetings. Yeah. It can get a little rowdy. It's not always great in terms of optics, but I think that's part of the job. And we're seeing a lot of Republicans and Democrats refusing to do it because of video like that. And she's at least showing up and doing it. So I disagree with almost everything that she says, and the woman screaming about a genocide is a total liar. But part of the gig is to talk to constituents, even if they're angry. Yeah, and to keep coming back and to keep doing it. And we do have, Conch, a Yale youth poll on the 2028 preference among the Democratic Party. 27.5%, Kamala Harris, 21.3%, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, 14%, Pete Buttigieg, and 6.4% podcast host Gavin Newsom. But we were talking in the break, who would be VP if it's AOC?
Jasmine Crockett, perhaps. No, kidding. Beto O'Rourke, that's a possibility. I mean, you would need somebody, I guess, in the center.
Like what kind of team, right?
Right, and she wouldn't work with any sort of moderate that doesn't support all the things she does. What does she support, by the way? Open borders. She voted against the Laken-Riley Act. She still supports trillions for the Green New Deal, even though she says we have no idea how to pay for it. She supports men playing against women in sports. She, of course, to these Fight the Oligarchy rallies, flew 5 times on a private jet to get there. Yet she's fighting climate change and talking about how she's a champion of working men and women. That one, in that package we played, a talk of the town, one Democrat says social media runs the Democratic Party. Oh, you know it, because they think that likes and retweets means that it's resonating with people and it's not the real world. If she is the Democratic nominee, this party will lose 51 states, which is mathematically impossible, but that's how bad it's going to go. She could not connect with people in Pennsylvania, especially Michigan, Wisconsin. Lauren, take it away.
James Carville says the Democratic Party has a preachy female problem. Just saying. That might be her biggest drawdown. And Hakeem Jeffries has a problem inside the House, and he will continue to for a while.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.